Alright, what's going on, guys? We are doing Back to the Rotten Forest Heroic Challenge on Veteran Mode. For our hero, we have a starter hero, everything, or level 10. This is our towers we're deciding to use, just going with the artillery. It doesn't really matter because we're not going to be using it, but for the upgrades, everything should be maxed out at this point. I chose the tanky guys with the Infernal Nova over the other guys. Let's go ahead and jump right into this mission. Alright guys, so starting off this level here, we are going to put our hero towards the top, or to the left center, I should say. And we are going to be putting down a mausoleum, like we did with our previous level. And then I'm also going to be upgrading it to level 2, and then we're going to go at the top and put another, well, we're going to put an archer tower there, and get that to level 2, level 3, and level 4. So all the way upgraded at the top where the bone carriers are going to be coming down. Now down where the open areas, I put another mausoleum and I put it at level 3. And I went ahead and called away them. We should have about 80 gold left over. So we're going to stall out these skeleton guys here, trying to kill them. We're going to ignore the bone golem for a second, because it's going rather slow. We wanted to get in range of the mausoleum before we do anything. They're called bone carriers. I call them bone golems, but I also clear up a space so I can put down a barracks. So the harassers are coming down to stall out the bone carriers. And our hero is sitting at the entrance on the top, just dealing with these skeleton guys. We're going to go ahead and drop a soul impact and call the wave in very quickly to get the resets on our cooldowns. Notice I popped the crystals there on the golems, or the bone carrier guys. They do quite a bit of damage. As far as the ghosts go, we're going to let a couple slip by because we can use the crystals to deal with them for the most part. And we can only use mausoleums to deal with the ghosts because they only are vulnerable to magic damage. Now you can see a couple skeletons are starting to slip through and going down this little path, so we're going to have to drop a soul impact. The mausoleum, it did quite a lot of damage to these golems, or the bone carriers. You can see they're almost dead, and with the crystals and our hero power, we should be able to finish them off. So I'm just keeping my hero at the center, because the main problem, I should say, is mostly just due to the massive amounts of skeleton guys. The ghost will die to the mausoleums, so our hero just needs to stall things out. And you can see I ended up killing that one skeleton that almost got away. It got zapped by the Tesla coils. And our hero is just doing a lot of work stalling us out. Mausoleum is coming down at the bottom to help deal with the ghost, and it is already level 3. So we have level 3 at the front, level 3 at the bottom. Werewolves now, the enemies I hate most. I'm trying to stall out with my hero power so they can stay in range of the mausoleums, and I'm also putting down some reinforcements while our hero is finishing off the rest of the previous wave. Here at this point, you're gonna see not only the werewolves but also the bone carriers start to spawn on the bottom where we don't have any barracks. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Now that the last little bit of skeletons are dead, I can rotate my hero to help try to hold these bone guys in place. And I'm putting down another mausoleum tower because I know that's what they're weak against. And I'm trying to use the crystals. Our harassers are doing a fairly good job of stalling out the werewolves. Well, the archer tower, you can see it's already level 4. I think the archer tower at this point, the third wave should be level 4 to help deal as much damage as we can to these werewolves. That's really the main thing that is going to kill them. Now, because our hero stalled those golems, or the bone crushers, he eventually died, which is fine. He respawns. And we were able to use our hero power and our reinforcements to kill off the werewolves. So we got through the tricky part. Now we just need to build out the rest of the wave. I put up some harassers to keep this bone golem in place as long as possible. And it is now wave 4. So your defense should look something like this. If you can see the low health guys at the bottom, they're going to get finished off with the mausoleum, so not too big of a deal. We're really just concerned about these werewolves getting past. Alright, let's go ahead and just stall some things. I put another archer tower down because we have mostly squishy enemies coming at the top for now. So their archer's gonna do good work against those werewolves. And our hero's just kind of chilling out at the bottom. I put him right next to the mausoleum, so the idea that they'll come in range of the werewolves, and then they'll be stalled out for a little bit. You can see I end up using that. No, yeah, I do. I end up using the crystal to finish off the werewolf there. You can be fairly liberal as far as using the crystals because they have the respawn time of the crystals is pretty quick, so it's usually within like a wave. If you see you guys come in range of the towers, make sure you chop the roots down if they're overgrown, because you really want to get the most damage you can. I'm putting another archer tower down here as our next little choke point area. And I'm about ready to call the wave in early. So I want to plop the reinforcements down and get that reset. And moving our hero back to help deal with these tanky guys. We get a lot of them, so it's a bit scary, but if you have the mausoleums up, you should be able to deal with these bone carriers. I call them the bone golems, but the tanky dudes. They have max armor, so mausoleums are really the only thing that do much damage to them. You can see the archer towers trying, but they're just kind of shrugging off the damage. We're going to drop a soul impact as they start to clump up towards the top, and our hero is hopefully able to tank out these golems for as long as possible. Using the crystals, just use everything you have to try to soften these guys up. We're not going to call the wave in super early because we want to get as much damage as we can. And fortunately, we got a reset on our hero there. He got us what's called second wind, and that's part of the upgrade tree for your hero. So we got a nice second wind there, and it's going to give us a lot more stalling power. And the golems are starting to clump up now. Fully upgraded mausoleum at the bottom to help us deal with the tanky enemies, and I'm chopping away at these roots that are starting to slow down our towers, so always be aware of that. Try to find good times to use these crystals too when they're all clumped up. That's a really good option. And that is the last golem dead at the top, so we're safe for now for the top. Now there's this bottom part here where our hero is standing. That's where we have to worry about. If you have the archer towers upgraded like I have at the top, you shouldn't have too much trouble with these skeleton guys. As these golems clump up at the bottom, I dropped this soul impact to get a little more stalling. And I should be chopping that root on the archer tower because that's really important, but my attention is focused at the bottom right now. So last golem should die. There you go. Goodbye. Gonna upgrade the archer tower at the bottom because that's really important to get this DPS. That's where things are starting to clump up. And we see this is the final wave, so we know if we can get past this little, kill off the remaining skeletons, we win the game. So one more golem, or one more bone carrier, I should say. And this is the final checkpoint here. I'm building a barracks because we're going to need all the stalling we can to finish off this wave. And if you want to go ahead and sell some stuff at the top lane, you can certainly do that because these are the last of the enemies. Make sure you make good use of that crystal. You can see me selling things here just to upgrade the barracks, get as much stalling as we can, and we pretty much have this in the bag now. There's no way they're going to be able to get past. Can you go ahead and drop a soul impact if you'd like as well. I get some gargoyles, just a little extra stalling, and that should be game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you found that helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.